Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Something Else Entirely, the background noise of the internet. My name is Kiwi, and I'm here with my good friend today, Lumo. Lumo, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm me. I'm very good at being myself, I think.
That is very true. All right. So do you have anything on your mind today that you want to talk about?
Honestly, not that much. It's been a decently uneventful day and pretty much uneventful week, and I've just been kind of brain dead for most of it.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right. A very a topic that I've kind of wanted to talk about that I think we could both have some good conversation on the
Hmm.
concept of online friends in general.
All right, that's a very broad topic.
Yeah, I mean, I have like a history with this type of stuff, anecdotes I could
Yeah,
give. Uh,
yeah, I know.
First off, I think it's wild that so many people in the current age look down upon the concept of having friends online.
Mm-hmm. Though I
It's
definitely think it was like a lot worse, like maybe like a decade ago. I still
right.
remember my mom thinking like I'm friends with like pedophiles or something online.
Yeah, of course. And of course the parents have like a right to be concerned about that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah. Um gathering thoughts one moment. Yeah, this is
Take your
really
time.
off the cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
as someone who's had like the same like group of friends for like over 5 years online, I mean, definitely a big advocate of it. There's some really cool people online, but obviously some are less cool, and you should be friends with less cool people.
right, right. The first social media where I had online friends was this app called Amino. Do you know what Amino is?
Yeah, I actually have not used it. I've
Ah.
definitely heard it through like YouTube advertisements on like every single video though.
Yeah, it was a absolute trash fire of an app. So you want me to tell you what I think of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Take the worst parts of Twitter and Reddit and
Uh-huh.
combine them. That is what 90% of Amino is.
I see. I see. Yeah. I partake in like the bottommost depths of Twitter. I know like everything on there by this point. So
Right.
who knows? Maybe I'll fit in on Amino. No.
I wouldn't recommend going on Amino for any
Yeah.
reason whatsoever. If someone held like a gun to your head and told you to use Amino, ask them to shoot you.
Take the bullet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody. It seems like really similar to Google Plus in a way. Like I haven't
It
used it. I've used
does.
Google Plus like quite a bit though, and I gotta say, like from what I've seen of it, it gives off like very like the same vibes. I won't lie.
I forgot about Google Plus. Yes, they're
Yeah.
extremely similar. The only thing I think they didn't have was like one-on-one chats and group chats.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
even
like everything
then,
was public.
right. And I was like a dumb 11-year-old at the time, so there may have been that feature on Plus and I just don't remember it, but
Maybe.
yeah, but Amino started using it around late 20 not late, mid 2017.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um. Go on.
I initially joined it for the Smash Brothers community,
Mm-hmm.
but then about a month after that, I ended up falling into the absolute hellhole that was the Sonic community.
I see. Both are really bad communities, obviously jokingly, but they every fandom has their like less pretty sides, obviously,
Yeah,
is
of
what I'm just
course.
gonna leave it at.
Yeah, yeah. And the Sonic one was where I ended up spending 99% of my time on Amino.
Hmm.
Because around that time, Sonic Mania was coming out soon. I was in a Sonic phase, admittedly. Not my first,
Yeah.
not my last. It happens, being somebody
Yeah,
of the autistic community.
fair enough.
And if you were to ask me about the people I met on that community, I would say it was about maybe 20% actual cool people,
Mm.
50% cool people who turned out to be assholes or creeps,
Yeah.
and then 30% little kids.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I only have two remaining friendships from those days.
Mm.
Yeah, it's. I could go on wild rants about
Yeah.
the people, stuff like attempted suicides, falling
That happens
out.
pretty often in social media platforms. I won't lie.
Yeah, but like with something like Amino, it was a lot more interconnected.
Yeah. Like everyone's
Yeah,
just like friends of other people, and it's just like a tightly woven web.
exactly, which makes it all
Yeah.
the worse when that web burns.
Yeah. Because
And
then the fire just spreads quickly, and now everyone's in danger.
the web burned a lot, let me tell you.
Hmm.
Ugh. Um, yeah, but unless you want me to get into specifics, I'll leave it at that for Amino.
Um, if there was anything you did want to share, obviously I wouldn't mind hearing.
uh, let's see. Do I want to talk about it? This
Hopefully, some of the more tame stuff.
there's not a lot of tame stuff, let me tell you.
I see.
I'll
uh,
save that for like off-camera stuff when it's relevant.
oh, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, yeah. I think I accidentally cut you off a bit earlier, so
I honestly don't know what I was gonna say. So,
fair.
uh, I have no clue.
Right. Uh, yeah, but for like the few remaining friendships from that era, one of them is like really, really good. I'm friends with her on Instagram.
I see.
July will mark 5 years since we met, and I think
Damn.
that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Ex- yeah, really nice person. Hopefully, she might be able to be on for a future episode of this stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, Amino came and went. There, I can only think about that now. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, I use Reddit time to time, but it's only for like smaller games like Rivals of Aether, of course.
Yeah.
I initially made an
Like,
account for Dead by Daylight, but got too big.
I won't lie. Using Reddit for stuff like just like when you have questions or you need to find something out, it's like perfect because like it seems like they have like almost every single answer for something.
Yeah.
But honestly, I could not see myself like actively browsing Reddit as a social media platform
Ah, yeah.
because like the community like overall I've seen like a bit of like the uwu wholesome but like kind of like weird side of
Right.
it in like almost every single subreddit that I've seen,
The Wholesome
and
100
that's
Chungus.
yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff's just not my crowd, and I don't want to interact with it.
Right.
If you're part of that crowd and you're listening to this, I hate you. Start running. Prepare your defenses.
uh, 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 the only
Obviously,
people watching this will be like friends and like maybe a family member or two, so I don't think anyone will fall under that category, hopefully.
yeah. Hope not. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, besides that, there was Twitter, which was like a year-long stint, which is where we actually first met.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember our first interaction. I think one of the people I felt like retweeted an art piece of yours.
I think I no. I remember. I saw your gimmick account just reply to like every single like Dan Fornacy tweet, and I'm like, this guy's funny. I'm gonna follow him. And then
Oh,
turns out you're a real person. What? That's
who
crazy.
would
I've
have
never met
guessed?
real people before.
Yeah, for those not in the know, Dan Fornacy is the creator of Rivals of Aether, and a few years back, people started making like gimmick Twitter accounts to post the same image under every single one of his tweets. And then people made accounts to reply to those gimmick accounts, and I was just like number 7 in a chain. Yeah. And that's the only
I
reason I
love gimmick
joined
accounts.
Twitter. What, so you just thought I was funny?
Yeah, that's about it.
I apologize.
Why you say that like you're not funny? You still are.
Mm, that's all personal opinion, of course, but
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, but Twitter, like, there's the people in the group. Besides that, there was really only you. And then one night you're like, hey, who wants to join my Discord account or Discord server? And
Hmm.
I'll lift it off from there.
Yeah.
It's been like a year and 2, 3 months now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's crazy how the time flies. I think just
Hmm. I'm not one to keep dates, to be honest. Like, I just let time like pass, which is
yeah,
not a good trait, but hey, everything goes by quickly, so I don't gotta think about it.
exactly. Like focusing on time and dates all the time is time that you're ironically wasting, right?
True.
Yeah, so it's good to live in the moment, not have to think about it.
Yeah.
All right, do you have anything else to say on that topic, or are we just kind of
Uh,
exhausting it?
I think not exhausting it, but I think like we come to a natural stopping point.
All right, yeah, that's fair. Let's see here. Have you have you had any good food lately?
Good food.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, not really.
No?
um, hmm. Yeah, nothing really stand out. Haven't really gone out or anything. Just been eating like normal food.
Right.
I green beans. I love green beans.
You love
Underrated
green beans?
vegetable. I won't
Okay,
lie.
cooked or uncooked?
Cooked.
Uh, we're at
I
two
didn't know
opposite
people
ends.
ate like raw green beans.
I don't do it often, but sometimes, like when my mom buys a bag of raw green beans, they're like
They're just like
carrots.
snack food. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like pretzel rods, but they actually taste decent, you know?
Yeah, like I like eating carrots out of the bag and stuff, like baby carrots. I mean,
Right.
I don't think I've ever just eaten like a full size carrot on its own,
I don't think
unless it's
anyone
like cooked
has.
and like. Well, there's definitely someone who's done everything in the world.
I mean, yeah, true. True.
There's definitely someone who's eaten like raw pepperoni as a snack.
Oh,
That's like a
no!
common thing, probably. There's probably someone
Ah.
who ate raw chicken as a snack.
uh,
I'm just saying.
the cavemen before fire was invented. Ooh, bird. And then they just die.
Warm bird. Tastes better.
And then they didn't die. And that's how.
Hooray! That's
Yay!
how evolution works.
Absolutely. We've evolved so far as a species to get to this point that we are at now. And I think that's
And
amazing.
we're like at the opposite end of rock bottom,
Right.
where everything just goes down from here.
Yeah,
At least
exactly.
that's how I like to see it. One
Yeah.
thing I like think would be like super cool is like if dinosaurs like never went extinct and the world was basically just like Monster Hunter.
That would be pretty cool. Although I don't think I'd
Cause
live
like
too long.
true, but like I'm thinking like it would be so cool to have like apex predators like on top of humans and we just like live around them. It definitely like majorly changed how we lived in the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think like all technology would be completely like uprooted and destroyed in that timeline.
Yeah.
Which like, yeah, fair giant freaking monsters, but it would suck.
Hmm. Would it suck?
I mean, okay, in that timeline,
Imagine like instead of saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm a banker, I work at McDonald's," you're like, "Oh yeah, I guard the city from like fucking dinosaurs." Sorry for the swear word.
uh that's fine. Yeah, that would be cool, but think about the mortality rate.
Yeah,
Yeah, I protect the city.
yeah,
I might die tomorrow. I might die today. I might die
true.
10 minutes from now. And like,
Okay, you
yeah,
do raise a good point. There will be like minimal progress in the world.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'd find a way to coexist with them. Maybe even tame
Yeah,
some.
just have like Flintstones where they like build houses now and stuff.
Right. You know, we'd be probably better off as a species for it.
Yeah, maybe.
As high as humanity has grown, I feel like we've grown a bit complacent.
Mm-hmm.
And like recent events really show that people take a lot of this stuff for granted, I feel.
Yeah.
But like on the topic of like living in Monster Hunter, what game do you think would be the hardest to live in?
Oh, I've actually like heard this question before, or like something akin to it. Like the
Yeah.
question I heard was more like could you survive in your favorite game?
Mm.
But
Well,
like, oh, that's such a tough question.
uh,
Cause like so many games you just die.
of course, like a pretty obvious answer would be something like Plague Inc., but that's a boring answer.
Yeah, there's like games where like they take place like where everyone just is dead.
Yeah, or is about to die.
Yeah, or just dies instantly or something. There's
Um,
definitely something like that.
Imagine living in the Mortal Kombat universe.
Oh my god, yeah.
That would be torture. Like, just imagine being in the Earth realm, just doing your day to day stuff, hearing only like legends of like previous wars between universes. And
I don't
then,
know much about the lore.
I will admit my knowledge is a bit scant, but you know,
Hmm.
I've played the series since like the age of 5, so there's some stuff that I am aware of.
Yeah.
There's 5 factions. There's like the Earth Realm, the Nether Realm, the Special Forces, the Black
Yeah, I know like
Dragon.
about that much, but that's it.
I can't remember the fifth one. But like imagine just being like a civilian in any of the universes, any of the
Mhm.
factions. That would suck when the wars occur because no all of the special people with like powers and stuff, they don't care about you.
Yeah.
Not even the guardians of your own realm. You're
You're just
fodder.
like a backdrop to them, yeah.
Hell, in the newer games, sometimes a stage interaction is like straight up picking up an old woman and tossing her at your
Yeah.
opponent. Yeah, imagine. Imagine you're just like watching the street fight and they just like pick you up, just like, phew.
Yeah.
How traumatic that would be if it doesn't like straight out kill you. That would suck.
Hmm. You definitely just die. Like no
Yeah,
matter what, like within like 10 years of you being born or something.
right.
I
Oh,
don't know
man.
how that old lady even lived that long, man.
She lived her life by staying away. One day she's like, I think I'll go out to the marketplace. It was over that moment, you know?
Yeah. I really like love like backgrounds in like fighting games because like a lot of them just have like so much character to them.
Yeah, and
Like,
I. Alright,
go
go
on.
on.
You go on.
Fine. Uh, yeah, I feel like since with a fighting game you are mainly staring at the characters, it means that while you're spectating or have like a half second to like look at literally anything else, there's the whole background. There's so much going
Yeah.
on in almost every single background of like the newer Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, or like Street Fighter. Like there's stages where it's like a marketplace and there's just like monkeys everywhere,
Yeah,
monkeying around and stuff.
and I feel like it's a very underappreciated part of fighting games.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. And then you have like the stage interactions. So like yeah,
Hmm.
you do they like pick a backdrop and then make the interactions based off of it? That has to be how they figure it out,
Yeah,
right?
most likely. There's no way they're like, all right, you're gonna have like interacting points like here and here. Let's design a stage around it.
Yeah.
No.
What do you
And
think?
then you got stuff like ring outs and like King of Fighter games
Yeah.
and like Tekken stages and stuff.
That stuff's
Really cool.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've my amount of playing for like Tekken and Soul Calibur is low,
Yeah.
admittedly. But let me tell you, it's fun. It
Mm-hmm.
is oh so fun. You know, being someone who's played only like 2D fighters like Mortal Kombat platform
Yeah.
fighters, arena fighters, kind of sick.
Arena fighters are all right. I think arena fighters would be a lot more fun if like there was less movement options in the game because you just kind of like run everywhere and you can dodge like every attack, and that's kind of lame.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair statement. What do you think the process was like when they were figuring out the ability to throw an old lady in the Mortal Kombat marketplace?
Someone's grandma just like made them mad that day, and then they just walked into the office and were like, "I got an idea."
All right, write this down. You know.
uh,
uh, do you think there's like anybody who's like, I don't think this is something we should, or do you think they're like all in on it?
they're definitely all in on it. Like they're making Mortal Kombat. There's no way they aren't like desensitized to like
Right.
old lady abuse.
I mean, like after the people. Fun fact, or not fun, depending on your outlook. The people who worked on the gore stuff for Mortal Kombat 11, they had to look at real life gore, like countless amounts of it, just so they
Yeah,
could be really accurate. And I think that's messed up.
it is. That's like actually just like borderline abuse.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
basically, you're being told if you want to be paid, you're gonna look at like people being beheaded.
And it's just like, what do you do from that point? Do you lose your job, or do you sit down at the company mandated computer and just like,
Open up Live League.
uh, or do you think they had to like curate? Do you think there's like higher ups who curated the stuff that was shown to the people who had to look at it? How far does the
uh,
ladder go?
who knows, to be honest? Because like, hmm, no clue.
I'd like to think that there's at least some kind of quality control for it.
Yeah.
As
I mean,
messed up of a
I don't
topic.
think they have like people hired for the job to like curate it. I think they definitely do just like, hey, actually, you might be onto something. They probably do have like a reference folder of like specific gore stuff
Right,
just for like, oh, you're working on this X-ray attack for Mortal Kombat where like guy gets like his ribs busted or something.
right.
Here's the ribs busting video.
Here's an x ray of someone's ribs just getting crushed in real time. It's like, how many people were subject to it?
Yeah.
And I would consider myself somewhat desensitized because I started playing Mortal Kombat at the age of 5. Thanks, Dad.
Almost like around the same thing for me.
Right. Yeah, so like playing games like that, Dead by Daylight, I'm used to gore stuff, but there's something about like
Same.
real life that
No,
you
yeah, like
can't you can't replicate it.
yeah, and like think about it, like in a video game, it's like kind of fine. Like I'm not saying like, oh yeah, just put gore in your video game because like I don't know, other games do it, but like in real life, those are like real things, obviously.
That happen to
Like
real
there's like
people.
repercussions, like
Yeah.
people die. Like
Yeah.
obviously, that's a little more impactful than some faceless like person in a video game.
Some faceless person.
Well, not faceless,
Oh,
but
someone who loses their face.
yeah, that could
Okay.
happen, and like no one would care.
Yeah, there on Mortal Kombat X there's a Jason fatality where the final blow is like cutting the face off, I think. Or I might be confusing that with from the 11. Whatever, it's all semantics.
Yeah.
Uh, 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 also, a very difficult game to live in would be Katamari Damacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're same setup. You're living your day to day life. Except in this one, there's not like super powerful beings that you're aware of.
No, there's just like a little ball rolling around town, and it's just getting like bigger, and you'll see it like on
Right.
a day-to-day basis. Like, not
Uh,
even a day-to-day basis. That happens in like 10 minutes. Then boom, you're dead.
yeah. I mean, like, okay, first off, the plot is like, oh, all the stars got destroyed. They disappeared.
Yeah, it's
So,
different for every game. I think like one of them, like the king's like something's wrong with the king, and now you're like doing things for a robotic version of the king.
hmm.
But
I don't know the Katamari lore, but
me neither, to be honest.
so it's like, huh, that's weird. The stars are missing, and like NASA's freaking out. People are like, oh, this is the end times. This is the end
Yeah.
times. It's like, okay, a few weeks go by, nothing has happened.
Hmm.
Suddenly, you're just like downtown at the shopping mart trying to get like your oranges or something. You see this small ball just like rolling around on its own.
Yeah,
You're
kind of
like,
like a dung beetle rolling up like apples or something.
right. And that at that point you're just like, oh, okay, that's neat.
It's a
Five
little
minutes
strange.
pass. The ball's
It's the
like,
size of a shelf.
yeah, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
what's going on here? You get too close,
and
you,
you're
you
part of the
get
horde
God,
now.
and you're part of the
And like,
stars.
and that happens over and over in like every single country too. And like,
Exactly.
there's some stages where like you're rolling up the entire world, like continents and everything.
Yeah, I think at the last stage you're like rolling up the universe itself. Even
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
I'm
the end
definitely sure
times.
there's like a stage where you're like in space rolling up planets.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I never got too far in Katamari. I bought
Me
the remake
neither.
for it on the Switch, but
Same. And I've seen some like gameplay videos when I was like hella young.
right.
To be
Katamari is a
honest,
fun game
yeah. To be honest, I can't like watch like playthroughs anymore. I won't lie,
in
and I
general.
don't know why I can't. Like just like let's plays or something. Like I used to love them so much when I was like really young, but like they're just so boring now, and I hate that because like I want to enjoy like let's plays again.
Yeah. What do you think is the main catalyst for this change, or do you just not know?
I have zero clue.
Mm.
I guess just taste change when you grow up.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's about it.
I
Yeah.
mean, the whole thing about Let's Plays is that you're either alone or with at least one other person, and God forbid you are alone. You That's a lot of work to pull off for like making a Let's Play.
Yeah, definitely.
Like as I tried doing multiple Let's Plays last year on my own before my YouTube channel blew up.
Hmm.
Nothing I can't do solo commentary.
Yeah, no, like you're definitely not gonna be able to just spout like one-liners for the entirety of like a game.
Right.
Most of that's just gonna be like silent.
Who knows? Maybe I'll try doing that with Minecraft now that my new laptop that I'm recording this on, by the way, is able to actually run.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that may be something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Let's Plays have evolved a bit. In the past, it was
Hmm.
more about like, oh, someone with like 2,000 subscribers playing a game they love a lot.
Yeah.
And nowadays, most Let's Play channels are either people who are playing like visual novel games alone,
Hmm.
or two or more people playing like the latest releases.
Yeah, like what's popular and nothing else.
Like,
Like
look
not
at,
playing like a game for themselves.
right. I mean, look at Game Grumps. They kind of walk a fine line between that.
Yeah, like whenever like something big comes out, they usually like play it. But
Right.
most of the time as well, they just play like random games like no one's heard of.
Yeah. Like, right now they're playing Elden Ring, but
Yeah,
they have
they're also
some kind of
playing
connection.
the Game of Life 2,
Yeah.
the video game, not the board game.
Playing freaking Gubble. Like it's always the one-off episodes that are like the best, I feel.
Yeah,
Although there are some like full series that I've never been able to watch, but they're really good.
Hmm.
Uh, Kirby's Dream Course, like Kirby's Dream Course, played it myself. Fun game,
It's such a good game, yeah. I won't
definitely
lie.
more fun in multiplayer, but
Like I've
like,
never played it single player, and I played it with
right,
like two people
yeah,
with a Nintendo Online.
yeah.
It's so fun just to like push people out of place. It just gets so aggressive.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I've never had the luxury of being able to play it with another player.
Hmm.
Uh,
If I ever buy the online membership again, I'll hit you up.
yeah, I would love that, man.
Mhm.
Thanks for
Ugh.
the offer.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, I mean, Kirby's Dream Course, they originally played it after like losing a bunch of footage for their Pokemon Fire Red playthrough, I believe. And it
Yeah.
was like 4 a.m. And yet, a small playthrough session that spawned from a mistake from a previous one, they ended up getting their own ROM hack with a bunch of new original
Oh
courses.
yeah, I remember that.
And then they played that for like 70 parts.
Yeah.
And like that's all high quality commentary that you put on the background, much like this.
Hmm.
And I think that's really neat. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely. I love like little mistakes, like ending up with like something like brand new. It's so cool.
yeah. And I think that Game Grumps is amazing that after all these years, they're still able to walk that fine line between stuff that's fresh and just the most random thing you can think of.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, I think I've been running the show for like the hardest video game to live in category. Do you have like a
Um, like
candidate?
I've been thinking about it, but like most games, you're just gonna like die in,
Right.
like no matter what. So I'm kind of like having like decision, like paralysis.
Fair, fair. I mean, you could just like talk about every single one of them.
Yeah, talk about every game in the world where you just die.
Yes. Ah, imagine being imagine being a Skyrim NPC.
That'd be awful. I kind of like really hate Skyrim. I won't lie.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Skyrim myself. I don't like open world games.
I do like not that much, but like I'm like a fan of them. But like
Right.
something about Skyrim is just like kind of bad. Like everyone loves this game, and like still like to today, I
Yeah.
only hear like positive compliments about it. But like I do not get it. I've tried it like maybe like 7 times. I haven't beaten it once because I just drop it each and every time.
Yeah. And I feel like most people will look at the bad stuff and because, the game's been out for 10 years, they find it endearing rather than like an issue that
Yeah,
needs fixing.
yeah, kind of like Mario 64.
Yeah, Mario 64, fun game, but it's got flaws. Let me tell
Hmm.
ya. I mean, I have a cartridge of it sitting maybe 10 feet away from me right now.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit the backwards long jump?
No, because I have not played Mario 64 since I've been like 2 year old. Not
Hmm,
actually, but like you get me.
fair. Yeah, yeah. I've the backwards long jump as as much as may hurt your thumb, it is a fun glitch to pull off.
It seems like kind of easy. I won't lie.
Uh
Like unless like the timing for it is like deceptive from what it looks like, it kind of just looks like kind of easy to do.
I mean, yeah, with enough persistence you'll get it within like 5 minutes max.
Yeah.
But like think about the speedrunners who do multiple runs where they just like pull it off immediately.
Hmm.
Like I feel there is some skill to do it consistently, but to do it in general probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like on the topic, I gotta say, I love like Mario 64 speedrunning, like specifically for like parallel universe shenanigans.
uh the
Cause like
Pancoic
I watched
level.
like the full video, you know the
Yeah.
one I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and like oh my god, that's so cool. Where like if you move fast enough, the next frame where you're like in bounds but like off the map, it will like overlay you to the other side and then put you in bounds in a parallel universe, quote unquote. That stuff hurts to think about, but it's so cool, especially when you see like a task run.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
Bro, task runs are something else entirely.
I
And
love yeah.
yeah, it's not being done in real time, but some human had to code a machine to do so many precise inputs at specific times
Yeah.
that it's almost as, if not more impressive than doing actual speedrunning itself, I feel.
Um maybe cuz like when you do a task, like you can just record inputs frame by frame. So like it takes a while, but like it's
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in like speed runs, that's just like
Attempt
human
number
failures.
20,000.
Yeah.
Uh, you know what I love? I love
Hmm.
watching the Mario Kart speedrun history videos by Summoning Salt.
Yeah. Summoning
Oh
Salt
my
is like such a
gosh.
good channel.
Dude, if I made a secondary YouTube sleep playlist, I would fill it with nothing but Summoning Salt videos.
Yeah. Definitely.
He's got a calming voice. I love long form content. And you'll
Hmm.
have like an hour-long video about the history of shortcuts for Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
And it's just like sick. I'll watch it. And it's people like him that give me inspiration to try and make scripted videos time to time, but I've only ever actually made one total as of
Mhm.
today. But I don't know, there's something about the allure of it. If done right,
Yeah.
it's a phenomenal video that people will love for a few years at least.
Hmm.
And like, yeah, that will eventually come and go, but it's about the lasting mark that you leave on others the way Summoning Salt leaves on people like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Honestly, I've been
understand.
like branching out into sorry to cut you off by the way.
Ah,
I've been
it's
branching
all
out
good.
into like other like speedrun history things and they're like pretty much all as equally history interesting.
Yeah.
Uh recently I've been looking at Red Ball, which is just like a very old flash game, like bad platformer
Oh, Red
where
Ball?
you are just a red ball.
Yeah, yeah, I've looked into that as well in the past. It took me. I thought I heard you say bread ball, I'll be honest.
Bread ball?
Bread ball. Just ball of bread. What do you do? You know?
Eat.
Uh,
Uh
then you just
while
back to
I'm on it,
Katamari.
I'm gonna do a quick vouch. It's Maximum is the channel name. Watch the videos; they're interesting.
True.
But Katamari, love that game because it's like insanely like over the top and goofy.
Oh,
Like
absolutely. The presentation of it is something else.
just charming. I love it.
Yeah. And like the gameplay itself, unique. Does it
Hmm.
have issues? Sometimes.
With the controls mostly.
Yeah,
Haha.
and with the remake, you have the simple control option. You don't even need to play with
True.
the bastardized controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much about unique games like Katamari, and there's hidden gems like that that never got their chance to become reborn. You know,
Yeah.
there's this rhythm game for the PS1 called Vib Ribbon. If you know what that
Yeah.
is.
Sure do.
You do. It's so unique, you know?
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's a rhythm game with technically charting,
Yeah.
but then you have like the totally unique feature that you can put in any CD
And
that'll.
it just makes a track for it. So
Exactly.
cool.
And
I
like,
love that stuff.
is it mostly just the AI processing? Yeah. But some
Yeah, is it
songs work really
perfect?
good.
But like, yeah, sometimes it's random enough where you just get the perfect output.
Absolutely. I don't know. Just always experimental games like that really intrigue me. It's the main reason I like
Mhm.
retro games a bit more than the modern stuff. Because
Yeah,
games were inexpensive enough to make that you were allowed to try unique things. And if it failed, oh well, you
yeah.
move on to your next
Just don't
project.
do it again. but you
Nowadays,
get a hit. Yeah, nowadays it's just repeating the same formulas with a little bit of difference sometimes. Like,
oh man, Call of Duty Shoot 'em Man number 48 came out
no
last year.
way.
Yeah, who
I'm
knows?
glad, like, at least some things are experimenting, like Elden Ring being like an open world game now. But
Right.
like Dark Souls always was kind of like open world ish,
Yeah.
because like you could just sequence break like intentionally and like go to X place by going through like the graveyard section first in the first game,
Yeah.
and boom, now you can like go back to the first boss with like a sway hander and just beat them extremely quickly.
Yeah. And I think that's really cool that as much of not a fan for open world games as I am, Dark Souls, what bit I did play, it was solid. It was good.
Yeah.
I get the appeal. Am I good at it?
Hmm.
Hell no.
Me neither. Don't worry. I don't think anyone is.
Oh, isn't there someone who beat Dark Souls using like a drum set?
Maybe. It sounds like something someone would do. I know there's someone
Yeah.
who's beaten the game by like not even attacking, but like only doing something like parrying and then attacking afterward or something stupid.
Dark Souls
And no
pacifist
hit from it
run.
stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's done that and like only killed like necessary bosses and like the
Right.
minimum amount.
Dark Souls, I may not know much about it, but seems like a
It's
sick game.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
One
one day
thing.
I'll get back to it. Go on.
One thing I like about open world games is like since you're like choosing your own route, it opens up a lot for like player expression.
Yeah.
Like player expression is like one thing that I think is like so valuable in video games where like no one's just doing like the same thing. It's not like, all right, I'm playing Mario. I'm gonna go to World 1-1 and World 1-2. No, you could just do like whatever you want because games are made for people to play them however they want, pretty much.
Yeah.
Some developers think otherwise, but f that.
Yeah, and I think that is something that is really nice about open world games. The
Hmm.
issue I usually have is that most of the open world games I try are too open world. I get
Yeah, and you just
lost,
get lost.
there's too much to do, and I like having a bit of a linear experience. I like a game that like
I
manages
respect
to
that,
mesh the two. Like
yeah. Hmm.
GTA 5, I tried that for 2 days, played a few online things with friends, looked at the map once, uninstalled because
Fair
there's
enough.
a giant key for like, oh, this symbol is for this and this symbol is for that. Like, look, no.
Yeah.
Too much going on. Skyrim, I could never get into it because it's open world. I would get lost. It's like, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I could trek for 40 minutes in real world time to get back on path, or I could stop playing.
Yeah.
And like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that one seems to do it right the most, but I'm not even a Zelda fan.
Yeah.
uh, like the original Legend of Zelda, banger game. Really
True.
good game. Like, I don't know, man. Just something about a world being open kind of scares me away from it. I hate making
Yeah,
choices.
I get that. Like the first like real open world game that I sunk my teeth into was Hollow Knight,
Yeah.
and like I dropped that game after like 10 minutes because I got lost, and
Fair.
then I realized, like, maybe like a year later when I deleted my save, made a new file, which was like a process that happened like 4 times so far now because I just dropped the game and picked it up again.
Yeah.
But that's unrelated. I realized, hey, I kind of like being lost because like then you just like look at everything and just find things naturally and like
Yeah.
sure you're lost for the time being, but if you just look around enough, you'll eventually like stumble into things. Which like when I say it like that sounds like awful game design.
Right.
But like there's something endearing about it. I can't like I don't know.
Yeah, and when you are figuring stuff out for yourself, it allows you to take everything in for a unique, fresh experience. You're analyzing everything because who knows, this new thing you just found might be the thing you need. and it
Yeah.
allows you to take in more parts of a game. It allows stuff that developers spent grueling time on to be heavily appreciated.
Hmm.
And I think that's beautiful. Like,
Yeah. Same.
when you played Minecraft for the first time, like, if you went in blind, had no knowledge, you figured
Hmm.
out everything yourself. And
Yeah.
that's why every single part of Minecraft at that time, like the early 2010 era, that was the golden age.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when I'm playing it with the Caves and Cliffs update added, yeah, a lot of the stuff I have not been catching up on in recent years, a lot of stuff is new, but there's still the basis of Minecraft that I have to get
Yeah.
back into. It's not new.
Hmm.
And who knows, maybe this time it'll be different. I'm definitely going to be playing Minecraft later tonight, but
Yeah. One thing I do like about like modern Minecraft is like the ocean update. I don't know
yeah.
how much you know about it, but basically, instead of like mining and stuff, I've started doing like a new progression path where I just search out like boats, like sunken boats, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
find buried treasure, and that's like my main source of diamonds until I get like an enchanting table and stuff. And I really like being able to like do progression like outside of the norm. It's so cool.
Right, it's as you mentioned, it's player expression.
Yeah.
And as Minecraft does get these major updates that essentially restructure the game, the Caves and Cliffs update just restructured like 80% of the code, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Mhm.
That's going to be new. That's going to
Yeah.
be amazing to dive back into once I get
It's
past that initial barrier.
it's so cool. I can't gush about it so much, and like I'm a little mad because like pretty much everyone I've talked to basically says, I don't like it cuz I don't know how to get things anymore." I'm like, "Shut up. Just shut up,
That's
please."
new stuff to take in.
Yeah. Just appreciate it.
Yeah,
Please.
it allows you to revitalize your interest in the game by rediscovering it for the first time. And like, yeah, there's
Mhm.
some constants, 20-minute day night cycles.
Yeah, you
You
still
get
mine
wood.
and craft.
Yeah, the core gameplay is still there, so what's the issue?
It's a little big, so
I mean, Minecraft, the thing about Minecraft that separates it from most open world games for me is the fact that you're able to take it at your own pace and
Mhm.
not feel stress because you could have one world where you're just streamlining all of your progress to fight the Wither, fight the Ender Dragon, fight the Guardian boss, whatever.
Yeah.
And you could have an entirely separate world where you're just chilling.
And building and stuff, and like taking like 2 years to get like an iron pick.
Exactly. Not many open world games allow you to do two separate forms of player expression at the same
Mm.
time.
Mm.
Oh no, at least not as good as Minecraft does it.
Yeah, true.
Minecraft does it best.
Hmm. Though I gotta say, a hot take. I think Minecraft devs like recently are lazy, like so lazy. Like I think mob votes like kind of cool in a way, but like older Minecraft devs, they just add like all three mobs in one update,
Yeah.
and like it's just taking so long for Minecraft updates to come out. Like I could totally get like caves and cliffs taking forever, but like something like adding like foxes will take like a billion years.
Right.
It's kind of dumb.
Maybe they see it as like a thing that's not as important for priority, so they're like, we'll do it later. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
And, uh, yeah, I think there's some truth in what you're saying, definitely.
Hmm.
Like,
I
the
don't know.
mob,
That's just like a feeling I get.
the glow squid, I have not
I
seen the
love
glow
the glow
squid
squid.
once.
You will. I love the glow squid. It's my favorite mob now. I won't lie.
Did they at least make it so that it actually emits light at this point?
I don't think it emits light. You can just see it in dark places.
Man.
But it does drop a glowing ink sac, which you can use to light up signs and item frames.
Oh, they added that? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
sick.
I love glow squid.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it then. Like, okay, it doesn't emit light on its own. Whatever. You can make neon signs now? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool.
And
I It's really useless, but I
it's like a
still think it's like
touch.
so funny because
Right.
like the Moo Bloom and the Iceologer, I don't like them. I think the Moo Bloom is like kind of cool. Like I won't lie, I kind of want it, but like I think the Iceologer is would not be fun, especially since like caves and cliffs is a thing.
Right.
Because they added powder snow to like snowy places and the tops of mountains where you can just fall in and freeze to death. And that on top of a mob which can survive in the daylight and just like uses a projectile attack. No. Like basing on mountains would not be fun.
Yeah. I mean, it would definitely like bulk out the already expansive like illager enemy type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And that's cool and all, but it would not be fun. Like remember the frickin' phantoms or whatever they're called?
Yeah. Phantoms are still stupid.
Yeah, do they have any use? Like what do their drops give you, you know?
They drop like a membrane or something which can be used to repair the elytra and that's it. But guess what? When you get an elytra, you just have mending by that point, so it's useless.
Right.
And they're still just like annoying and really strong mobs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you definitely have to try for the most part to make them spawn because you don't sleep for
Mhm.
3 days.
I mean, that does happen if you're like not sleeping every night,
Yeah,
and you just get like wrapped up in like mining or building or something.
yeah, I agree. It does happen naturally, but I feel like it's mostly a non-issue.
Yeah, I mean, in multiplayer servers,
Oh
oh my
yeah, yeah,
god,
that's a
it
different
will spawn
story.
every night. Just set the game rule for insomnia to be off in multiplayer servers, please, for the love of God.
Yeah. Uh, it's stuff like glow squid being able to make neon signs, stuff like that. It's the small things that add on overall. And could they come out a lot more often? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff that does get added slowly that makes Minecraft still a good experience, even if you're used to it.
hmm
Yeah.
By the way, I just saw the time and we're close to the 1 hour mark, and I think that's where
Correct.
you want to like keep it. Is there
I
like one more question you'd want to ask?
um I
Quick one,
think there is.
preferably.
I mean, I don't mind going over an hour if you want to keep on talking
Yeah,
because
absolutely. I'd love to.
sick. Because this is like a natural thing. I don't want to like okay, 1 hour shuts off
Yeah, no, no,
because
no,
that's
no.
not natural.
hmm
Um,
What if you did just like cut this off like as soon as it hit 1 hour period? Like
it
even if like one
ooh
of us were in the middle of like a sentence or something.
right. You're like giving some heartfelt story that's really close to you. It's just like, badoom.
Yeah.
That'd be so
Uh,
cold.
that'd be funny though, I won't lie.
It would be. It would be. Okay. The last topic that I had on the sheet, of course, there might be more that come up later. Digital art. You do
Oh,
you do digital art.
yes, sir.
When did that start for you? When did you first like pick up
Um,
the drawing pen?
huh. That's a pretty muddy question.
Mm.
Cause like I've been drawing for most of my life, like since I've been like two, like for real this time, I'm not joking, since I've been two.
Yeah.
And like eventually I found this game called Everybody Edits, which is just like a sandbox platformer online game where
Right.
like you can create your own world and stuff. And eventually that got me into pixel art. And then I moved to another game called Manyland, where is like more like actually like pixel art focused. It's another like sandbox online, whatever.
Yeah.
But like instead of just like placing blocks, like pre-made blocks, you make the sprites for the blocks and you can place them down.
Yeah.
And eventually it was just sort of like a gateway drug into eventually picking up like a drawing tablet and being here now where I barely even touch pixel art, but I also barely touch digital art because art block is stupid and I hate it.
Yeah. Art block really is a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. My history with art has never been the greatest. I was never the most artistically inclined, and like you don't need to be to enjoy art and all that.
Mhm.
But after your fifth like drawing that you just aren't able to get right, there's a short stint in my Amino days where I did attempt to do digital art and like post it. It wasn't
Yeah.
great. Who knows? Maybe if I like find a relic, I'll like show it to you. But
Mhm.
oh, that would be so cringy. Ugh, oof.
Yeah, no, I do not like looking at my art that's over like 3 months old. Like
Fair.
I will literally be, no, no.
Right.
But like I do have like one piece of advice. I don't know where it's from, but it's like stuck out in my head for so long. Like someone just like said it randomly on the internet and then like you have like 100 bad drawings in your hand and you just have to like get them out before you can start drawing like good stuff. Like
Yeah.
damn, it feels like that sometimes, man.
Yeah, and doesn't that just make it all the more cathartic when you do eventually come across a piece of what you consider to be gold?
Yeah, definitely. Because like then I finally have something to post to my Twitter.
Right.
Because like I'm mostly inactive and I only post something like once every 2 months or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What you consider to be bad drawings to the general public, they'll still consider it as something of quality and worth, usually.
Yeah, like if anyone's like posting art online, they won't be looking at it for like the same amount of time that you will. They're not gonna be like, "Ooh, you drew like a really iffy looking line here, like at the top right. You're a fraud, dude. You should never draw." No one's gonna say that,
Bro, your
like
left
ever.
eyebrow's over the hair. You should just go die. No one's
Yeah,
doing
for
that.
real. Yeah.
uh, and yeah, that's an interesting dynamic that I think about when it comes to online art in general, I think.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just think it is a shame that everyone is their own worst critic.
True. Yeah.
And there's never gonna be a day where everybody just suddenly like comes to their senses and just dumps all of their old art that they've been ashamed of previously.
Hmm. Recently on Twitter, I made a like little like folder thing. I don't know what they're called. I think they're called like events or something.
Oh no. I deleted my Twitter
I don't
back in
know.
October after drinking a 5 hour energy for the first and only time in my life.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
But
I get epiphanies.
um but I've just been like I went over and like added like every single like art piece that I posted to Twitter through that folder.
Right.
And this stuff dates back to May of 2020
Ooh.
and probably further. That's where I like stopped cuz like I don't care.
Right.
And like I've gone a long way and it's just like really cool to look back and I still have some like pieces that I'm still like really proud of.
Yeah. I feel like with any art medium in general, people will always be critical of what they made in the past. Like, I'm that way with my older Rivals of Aether montage videos. Like the Zetterburn
Yeah.
one I released. That's what I want the standard to be, and who knows, I might go back to the characters I already did and do a second one just
Yeah, anything to avoid like Ori and Shovel Knight. Just delay the
I
inevitable.
mean, hey, 4 new characters came out. That's at least 4 new videos
True.
to just farm before I just go to like Eliana.
Oh jeez, man.
Are they
Can't
capable of
wait to
being
see the
sick?
game where
Yes.
like you like know how to play like every character properly and you're just like a bona fide like random main.
That's the goal. That's the dream. Did the four new characters gut that dream out even more than it already was? Yes.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
hey, new laptop. I'm able to play again. Spotty Wi-Fi at worst.
Mhm.
I'm ready. You know.
Yeah. That's a good mindset.
And did I lose like maybe half a video worth of clips with my old PC? Yeah, yeah. I'm not very happy about that, but you know, here we go again. Yeah. I mean, it's a passion driven thing. I've said this time and time again in the past. If I'm not passionate about it, I don't have the drive.
Mhm.
Which is why I so sparsely upload in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if more people were willing to post the stuff that they want to scrap for like digital art, I feel like more people would be willing to go into the foray themselves with it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I'm like a big advocate. I can't speak of like people like posting like speed draws where like you can see like the early stages of stuff because like
Yeah,
that's where most people just like stop because
yeah,
like oh man, my sketch doesn't look like the Mona Lisa. Like when it's finished, I should give up. That's no awful
yeah.
mindset.
And if more people were just willing to post like, here's something that I wasn't the most proud of, but here you go, more people would be seeing that, hey, this is a natural thing that
Yeah,
you evolve out of and then take it up themselves. How many like Da Vinci's in the world do you think just never came to be because they never had that push of seeing other people's early days?
yeah, definitely like thousands, tens of thousands. Also, little tiny itty bitty side note. I thought it was actually pronounced like Da Vinci for a second, and I was about to correct you. I won't lie. Okay,
uh,
keep going.
yeah, there's so much talent out there for any art medium whatsoever that never turns up or comes to be because they never get that push from the person they look up to. They never get that push from seeing other people make mistakes. People who only like post and curate their own work that they think top prize of,
Hmm.
that each time you don't post something you're not proud of, that might be another person who never gets that push. And I think that's a shame. And you
Yeah.
can't blame the people who hold back their bad stuff because they worry about what other people will think. I don't blame them. That's natural.
Hmm.
But as a unintended side effect, you have so much just raw talent never shown.
Yeah.
And I'm a part of that. I gave up like a month or two after I tried.
Hmm.
Who knows? Maybe I'll pick it up one day again, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm always like supporting of people like getting into the art foray because like it's hard to get into it to be honest if you aren't like really young because like obviously when you're young that's like a no judgment zone like at
Right.
all and everyone's just like more than encouraging but like as you get older then you're like more like doubting and stuff.
Yeah, like your mind becomes your worst enemy, and then you worry that some people might be expecting better of you, and it's like, you've been doing this for 5 years now. Why aren't you doing anatomically correct stuff? And it's stuff like
Yeah.
that. And there are some people like that. As unfortunate as it is to say, there are people who are just hypercritical,
Hmm.
and they don't add anything of value to the community at large. It's more like driving stuff away. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I wasn't expecting to find myself deep in a tangent like this, I'll be honest.
No, it's all right.
Yeah. I think that partially applies to stuff like music creation as well.
Hmm.
Like I myself, I'm dinking around in FL Studio. It's been 2-3 months since I last uploaded a piece of music that I actually finished. And, you know, losing my computer, I at least saved my old project files for it that I can revitalize.
Yeah, I don't do that. I've lost so much artwork.
Yeah. I think it's natural, as sad it is
Mhm.
to say.
Yeah.
You want to talk about platform fighters?
Absolutely. I'm no good at them, but I like talking about them.
Right. Uh, I want to dive into Rivals of Aether, but I feel like Smash Bros. Deserves a bit of conversation first.
Maybe. I
Maybe.
don't feel like Smash ever deserves like conversation, but we can try.
uh,
Actually, before we do,
yeah.
the only thing I want to say about like Rivals of Aether is like the 3D game. I want to see like since there's like grabs and shields, I do want to see more than anything Raster Air Grab. That would be so cool. I want it. I want it. I want it. Please, Smash Bros.
Oh, bro, why would you say that?
Dude, think about it. That would be sick though.
It would be, but it would be so annoying. Not,
No,
not.
not
We're on the
that
Rivals of Aether
annoying.
train. Full stop. Forget
Yeah,
Smash
let's go.
Bros.
Like
Uh,
honestly, I don't think an air grab would be that bad.
right.
Cause like, it's not like he's gonna be like grabbing your air shield. What if he has an air shield? Oh no, that would be
All
awful.
right, that one that you've gone too
Ugh.
far. Air grabbing, I can humor the idea, but a
Yeah,
air shield, nah.
I think
Take me
air grab
now.
has like potential though. Like
It
imagine like air
does.
grabbing someone, down throwing them to the stage, they bounce right off, getting like a forward air sweet spot for the kill. That would be so cool.
Downward aerial throw into down smash. Would that be a
Yeah,
confirmed combo at like low percents?
maybe. I
Ah,
hope so.
all right. We're like alienating a full 100% of our viewers talking about rivals,
True.
but I do not care. This is for me. This is for us. uh, yeah, I'm really excited to see more of the 3D Rivals game. You know, February 1st coming up. That means the annual Rivals of Aether Direct is soon approaching.
February?
Or April. April 1st.
April. Oh yeah, yeah.
Did I
Oh
say
yeah, yeah, yeah.
February?
Of course. Yeah. No worries though.
My bad. uh, we're a full hour in. It's fine if we start making small slip ups.
True.
Oof. About halfway into my 40-ounce water bottle.
Nice. I do
Uh,
not know how big my water bottle is. I want to say it's like a liter or two. I drink
nice.
so much water thinking about it. That's a
um,
good thing though. But
yeah.
fun.
But, you know, New Arrivals Direct coming up.
Hmm.
I'm expecting to see a decent amount of work done for the 3D game. Like I know they
Yeah.
spent a lot of time and resources for Rivals for the workshop rollback netcode.
Hmm.
But I feel that at this point there should be enough resources that we see a decent amount of development because, you know, 2 years in
Yeah.
a row we've only gotten teasers now.
Hmm. But like, I won't lie. I don't think I'm gonna be picking it up.
Yeah,
Like it's definitely going more like a Smash direction, and like Rivals is already like my fill of platform fighters. I'm not a big platform fighter guy,
right.
so I really love the Rivals universe, and like I'm so excited for like the little like side projects like that they have, like the dungeon crawler looking one.
Dungeons of Aether?
So cool,
Hell
yeah,
yes. I am. That comes out this year, unless they push it
yeah,
back. That
it
comes out
does.
this year. And it's a
Oh,
roguelike.
is it actually?
It is.
Oh my god.
Bro, it's like, sign me up. Get me in here. I'm picking it up day one. Am I going to make
Same.
a video out of it? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's a game I
New
just play
fleet
for
combo clip
myself.
video incoming.
That'd be amazing, man.
I
Oof.
I definitely would like to see that. Like in some way,
Absolutely.
dungeons gameplay from you.
Yeah.
And like I gotta say, Oh my god, the sprite works so good.
I know, right?
Like
Is
when this came out, like after my initial hype, I just watched it frame by frame because it's so good looking.
right. The amount of it's. I'll admit it's been quite a few months since I looked at the trailer for it,
Hmm.
but the
I'm
artwork in
just
general just beautiful.
yeah, and like the new characters, man. I love Fleet. They look so cool.
They do. I kind of wish she was like added to the main cast
Base
of
cast.
Rivals.
Dude, imagine if they add like the 4 Dungeons characters to the base cast as like a final sign off. What if they're in the 3D game? That would make
Yeah,
sense. I'm
it
not.
3D game, that's the logical one. The
Yeah.
wish would be for Rivals one, but I feel the
If
workshop pack was the send off.
if they're being added to the 3D Rivals game, there's no way no one's gonna like not make a demake through
Right.
Workshop and add them to like base Rivals.
I'm surprised that hasn't already happened. Like I've
Hmm.
been waiting patiently for a Fleet workshop character and nothing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crime. Like nobody jumped
Mhm.
on that opportunity.
Oh my god, I just remembered the was like the lovers thing, lovers of Aether for like
Oh
the last
gosh.
direct like a thing like just for the direct, or are they actually making like a lovers too? Because like I
Uh
kind of blanked out.
I believe that just was a self-contained thing for the direct.
Boo, that's a little lame.
I
I
mean,
get it
it
though.
had crowd participation for like the order of what stop they go to for what teaser of the new project happens.
Hmm.
So it's like the barest bare minimum of something that could constitute as like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, technically it is a game. It's like technically an ARG if you think about it too.
Oh,
Rivals
okay, okay.
ARG.
Oof. Imagine that takes the world by storm. Oof. Uh,
I mean, there already was a Rivals ARG in that one workshop character. If you remember that.
I don't.
I think it was Moji Bach, or like an offshoot of Moji Bach. Oh well, I
Mm.
don't remember much.
I have no clue about that. I apologize.
It's all right.
Yeah. But where was I going with this? I had a train of thought and then lost it. Hold on.
Take your time.
Nah, it's lost.
I have those moments too. You're fine.
uh, yeah, oh well, happens.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not expecting anything too big from this year's Rival Direct. I'll be honest.
Hmm.
Like they
Um.
deserve a bit of rest.
Yeah, definitely, because like they have 2 big projects like in the works. I'm
Right.
not expecting anything like crazy, but it might happen. Like you never really know, to be
Like
honest.
my expectations, an update on the 3D game, a release date, if not announcing a pushback for Dungeons of Aether,
Hmm.
maybe a new plush or two getting revealed.
Oh my god, I forgot about the plushes. I was going to get a Rano, but I didn't have the money at the time.
Dang, hate to see it.
Are they still selling them? Or are they limited
They
time?
are.
Need.
There was a few limited time plushes, but they were like special variant. No, they discontinued the Zetterburn plush.
No, why Zetter?
I don't know.
It's almost like I wasn't going to get him.
I think it was like the first one that was made, and it was like
Yeah,
not the best. So they're like, okay, let's shelve it. Who knows?
yeah,
Maybe they'll re-release a new one that looks more on model.
maybe. They also discontinued just a Golden Edelus and a Berry Blast Arcane. Berry Blast Arcane kind of looks cool. I don't like.
Yeah. Imagine if they like released an orange Arcane.
I really wish like Arcane had like more than just 2 customizable colors. Also, I'm really hoping like the custom colors comes to the 3D rivals because like why would it not?
Ooh. I feel like that'd be a bit difficult But no, no, it wouldn't. If games like
Probably not.
WWE could do that for created
True.
fighters, you could
Good
absolutely.
logic. Yeah.
Man, did you ever play the wrestling games?
I did when I was really young through like having friends who are like really into WWE type stuff,
Right.
but I never really enjoyed them. Are WWE games arena fighters?
Technically, a ring is an arena.
It's true.
Yeah, no, it does
But like,
fit. It does fit.
do they constitute enough? Like, do they have enough in common with like stuff like what was the One Piece? Not One Piece.
Jump
Shonen
Force.
Jump. Yeah, Jump Force.
All
I
right, you
think
know
that's
what?
so. I
I
love it.
I think the wrestling game series constitutes as a unique fighting genre in of itself, like a
Maybe.
subgenre of the arena fighter genre.
Yeah, where like everyone's a grappler.
And that's sick.
True, grapplers are like cool as hell.
As bad as like the recent ones may have been, or I, one a new one did come out a few weeks ago after they took a
Hmm.
year off, so maybe that one's good.
Yeah,
But
who knows?
my childhood consisted of playing Mortal Kombat and WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 for the PS2. Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
god, you remember
fun
the full
game.
title and everything?
Yeah,
Damn, that's
it's a sick
crazy.
game.
I played like so much like Mortal Kombat when I was younger. But
Yeah.
like my first fighting game was actually Persona 4 Arena,
I apologize for your
which
loss.
uh I don't know. I only remembered it like a like huge long time later. And then like little funny story. I've been willing the Persona 4 Arena like re-release into existence like for a
You
solid
have.
2 years. Like every time there was something related to game news, I was like, "All right, this is it. Persona 4 Arena re-release."
And then it
And then like
happened.
last E3, not E3, Game Awards, I was like,
Yeah.
for real this time. I'm a fraud if it doesn't happen. Persona 4 Arena
Uh,
re-release. And then it happens. And I was screaming.
I mean, hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. You know?
True. And I'm right once a decade.
I mean, who knows? Maybe every single year they're like, all right, here's a new Rivals of Aether Direct. I could just keep saying they're adding Fleet to the base cast of the original.
True.
One year it might happen. Who knows?
Yeah. That's like the entire like fortune teller like shtick. Where like
Right.
if you wear red shoes, you'll get a girlfriend. If you just wear red shoes every day, you're gonna get a girlfriend eventually. Or you're just gonna die and you won't be able to like tell someone the fortune teller was wrong.
Yeah, fortune telling stuff. Horoscopes, I don't believe in that stuff. I think it's neat.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
I
oh,
agree.
I'm a Scorpio. Apparently, Scorpios are supposed to be like hypersexual and stuff like that. That's not me.
I think like something about Libras is they're lazy. That's pretty right. I don't like
Dang.
horoscopes because like they're like really generalized and
They
like
are.
anyone could just be like, "Oh, that's me perfectly." When it's like, you are a human being. If you
You
are this
breathe
star
air.
sign, yeah, you
So-
drink water.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I am a
That's so
Scorpio.
me.
And then you have like the small percentage of people who like attune their personalities to fit that. And it's just like, what are you
Yeah.
doing with your life?
I gotta say, I like tarot cards though. No, that's probably just through like media that has them, like the aforementioned Persona and like JoJo and stuff.
Right.
But like, they're very interesting to me. I know they fall under like the same sort of umbrella as astrology and fortune telling. Like, literally, they're used as part of fortune telling. But like,
Yeah.
they're cool.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree with that.
And there's this one guy on TikTok. I don't use TikTok, but I found it about him through Twitter, and he uses like Muppets like flashcards to tell people's
What?
fortune. Like it'll be things
Oh.
like Elmo playing soccer, an apple, and like a kite, and then he'll be like, "All right, so the problem card is the short-term solution card is, and like these are in like response to people who like comment on his things.
Yeah.
So it's so stupid. I love that.
All right, that's funny. That's like
Yeah,
parody.
yeah.
Wait,
But
is
like
he doing it
he's
as
like
parody or is he genuine?
both, cause like
Both.
he does it cause it's funny, but
Yeah.
he's also giving like really like good advice.
Right. That or he's just like talking out of his ass the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, hey, if you make it work, you make it work.
Hmm.
On a similar topic of stuff like that, personality tests.
Yeah.
What's the deal with personality tests? Because a lot of the stuff is also generalized, but then you have
True.
something the MBTI personality
Yeah.
test,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
16 types.
I th- I think personality tests range under like being fine,
Right.
cause like you're answering a test which just like does generalize like personalities, so like people are like, oh my god, that's so me, but also you're the one who's like putting in the results, so they're just like laying it out with a
Right.
bit of like skew to be more general.
Yeah. I mean, have you taken the MBTI?
Yeah, I think I'm like INTJ. I don't know the letter
Mm.
but like
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
I took it back like freshman year. INFJ, apparently the most rare type, you know.
Ooh, you're like a shiny Pokemon or something. I don't know.
Yeah, except like the other online friend from Amino. Yeah, bringing it full circle. I showed that test to him for the first time. He takes it. Hey, yo, I got the
Same exact
INFJ
thing.
too. And it's like, wow, that's really cool.
Amazing.
Is it actually that rare?
I mean, you're just two oddballs, I guess.
Autism does
No,
that to you. And
I
I,
really, really like the concept of luck in general,
oh yeah, absolutely.
but I feel like it's bad to believe in luck. Like,
Yeah,
just bad in general.
right. Because it's a slippery
Cause,
slope.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause like, I have a friend who like very firmly believes in luck, and he believes that he has the worst luck. I have the best luck, like ever.
Hmm.
Cause like he just kind of gets effed over all the time, and
Right.
like I don't when it comes to like video games and stuff. And like when it comes to like video games specifically, I kind of hurts because like he's just like undervaluing like my skill in X video game, just saying that
Yeah.
I get lucky and stuff.
Right. Like a
But like it's
large.
also just like really bad to like blame your downfalls on like bad luck and like not yourself.
Yeah, because while luck, RNG, it exists, it's a real thing,
Yeah.
but there's so much that you are able to do in most cases to maximize the favor of it to fall
Yeah.
towards your end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're screwed
Cause
over
like
by luck, is it your fault? Usually,
mm,
there is something you could have done to at least make it not as likely to happen.
yeah. And
Yeah,
like eventually it's just gonna fall down to probability. Maybe
right.
it's not bad luck because like if you fail like a 20% thing like 40 times, maybe that's just not bad luck, but like you're doing something wrong. Haha, maybe.
Right. And like, is there a chance that that just happens because of luck? Yeah. I could have a heads or tails coin generator, have it flip 40 times, and all of it could be like heads.
Yeah.
Or like,
That's like crazy if you think about it.
yeah, what's 40 to
Celebrate
the
your
second
losses.
power? Wait, no, not 40. What's All right, hold on,
It's a
calculator.
little number. Tiny itty bitty number.
All
That's all
right.
you need to know.
So it's 1 over 2 to the 40th power. Let me just punch that in real quick.
I'm gonna start. I'm at random.org. I'm just gonna start flipping like 20 coins right now. Wait until I get one of like all result the same.
Yeah, so if that happens, it's one over. Oh my gosh, how many numbers is that? 1 over quadrillion,
Oh
99
my
trillion,
god.
511 billion, 627,776. So, is it gonna happen in the process of us recording this? Absolutely not. You know, if it does,
Maybe.
go get a lottery ticket.
I mean, like, I just got like all but 5 heads
Dang.
and the rest tails. That's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. Each individual outcome for like when you flip 40 coins, like the order in which you do it, that's a unique circumstance.
Yeah.
So, like, despite the past 5 landing on heads, it's still a 50-50 chance of whether you get heads or tails. And then
Yeah.
when all 40 coins are flipped, the order in which you got heads or tails each time is probably also unique to the universe.
Hmm.
Because if there's over 1 quadrillion combinations for heads and tails in a specific order. So if you flip 40 coins, chances are the order in which you got heads and tails is unique and will never happen again.
This is starting to like hurt my brain. I won't lie.
Yeah, fair. I'm a math guy and all that junk, but it does hurt to think about sometimes.
Yeah, just a little. Haha.
Yeah. Do you want to take like a 5 minute intermission and then keep going, or
Um, I'm gonna be real. I'm getting a little hungry.
ah, you want
So,
to call it here?
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. We could easily record another episode. I feel like how long
Yeah.
this thing's gone has proven that we can keep doing this later.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a little worried, like, oh, we might not have like enough to talk about, but like, oh my god,
Yeah,
like,
how do we get to this point? Where do we start?
um,
Video
we,
games?
no, we started like food. No, there's something before that.
What game would
No,
it
wait,
suck to
like,
live in?
no, there's something before that. Okay,
Was there?
but like, let's work in like reverse. We were
Right,
at like luck.
right.
Before that, we were at
Personality tests,
personality. Before that, we were at tarot
horoscope,
cards.
tarot card.
Before that, we were at. I don't know. I'll leave it
Man,
on. Oh, oh.
yeah. I mean, hey, maybe I'll start listening to this immediately and just like, oh, that's where it was. But yeah, thank you for doing this. This has been a long time
Yeah,
coming, and
absolutely.
it's been a blast. Like,
Yeah, for real. I have had so much fun doing
uh,
this, like genuinely.
like I could make a side series just for the two of us, and I think we would be good for like a year at least.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe we should start doing two-person let's play.
That would be
Haha.
cool.
Maybe.
It would be difficult, but it would be cool as hell.
So true.
Yeah. All right. But that's you got to go eat. Perfectly
Yep.
fine. This went on for what, hour and a half?
Yes, sir.
We're nearing the 1:30 mark as we speak. So,
Mhm.
thank you. If whoever's out there listening to this, if you reached the end somehow, thanks.
I love you.
uh,
Marry me.
Luma, do you want to do the outro?
I don't know how to do an outro. What do I say?
What do you think is what do you think? I don't know. Just come up with something on your own. My last friend, he has not made a YouTube video in his life, and he did an outro just fine. Uh,
Um, okay.
it doesn't have to
Uh,
be normal. Just about whatever.
I don't know. Like, subscribe, leave a comment saying your favorite arachnid. Um, good job watching. You wasted your time today. Goodbye.